What's up everybody, and welcome back to another GeoGuessr tip video. In this one we're going to be going over the Scandinavian and Nordic countries and their territories. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. Like a month ago we were at around 200 subscribers and we just hit 1500, which is incredible. Thank you all so much. Let's get this video to 300 likes, and I really hope you learn a thing or two and enjoy the video. Starting things off for us, we have the beautiful country of Norway, and the first thing I noticed in this location are the long dashed lines on the side of the road. They're unique to Norway. In Sweden you'll have smaller dashed lines that I'll show you guys later, but in Norway it's pretty distinguishable how much longer the dashed lines are. And as most of you will know, Norway has a lot of mountains like you see here, and fjords. A lot of lakes, yeah, just a bunch of beautiful mountains. And if you turn around here, you get the Norwegian license plates that you could see fairly common, which are these green license plates with the blue strip on the side. Only Norway has these, so if you see this license plate, unless it is a foreigner driving over to Sweden or something like that, you should be in Norway. We are still in Norway for this one, and as you can see, the road lines are much different. These ones aren't as common as the long white dashed lines, but you can get these yellow long dashed lines down the middle. And as we turn around, we see the Norwegian bollards, which are not super common, but you can see them. White pole, black rectangle with two white dots on the back side, and a white pole with a black rectangle and almost a grayish smaller rectangle on the inside of that one. And turning back around, looking at this sign, this letter here, this AE and this O with the line through it, are unique to both Norway and Denmark. And those two are usually distinguishable from certain clues, so that helps narrow it down between Norway or Sweden. If you see these two types of letters, then you're in Norway. Moving on over to the neighboring country of Sweden, and as you could see, as I mentioned earlier, we have these small dashed lines on the side of the road, which are really common in Sweden and all over Sweden. So that is something that is really useful to know. Unlike Norway, it's not nearly as mountainous. There are hills, as you can see here, but there's no huge mountains like Norway unless it's right on the border of the two. And as you can see here, we have the Swedish bollards, and for me personally, it's pretty hard to differentiate like Sweden and Finland bollards because they look pretty similar. But you have the white pole, black rectangle with the smaller white rectangle on the middle of the front side, and on the back side you have the two white dots. Continuing on over to the country of Finland, and all over Finland you get an insane amount of birch trees all along the roads. Pretty much everywhere you go you'll get just a forest of birch trees like you see here. And unlike Norway or Sweden, they have just solid white lines on the side, but you can get these yellow lines as well. Not as common as just the basic white lines in the middle, but you definitely can get these yellow lines similar to Norway. And as you can see here, we have the Finnish bollards, which are the white pole, black rectangle, and the white rectangle in the middle. It looks almost like this one's pushed a little to the left. And then we have the back here with the two white dots in the middle. We're still in Finland for this one. As you can see, solid white lines on the side, but we don't have the yellow line in the middle. And I feel like this is the most common type of road in Finland. And as you can see, there's dashed lines here, but it's just because there's a road going off the side. And another thing to look out for in Finland is on the street signs, like you see here. They're white like this, and they often end in TIE. So that's something to look out for if you're next to a road in Finland. Next, we are going to be focusing on the small island of Åland. I hope I'm saying that right. It's still a part of Finland. And as you can see here, we have the dashed lines on the side. So this is the only time in Finland you'll see these dashed lines. But something to distinguish it is, as you can see, the sort of reddish tint on the road. The road has almost a reddish hue, and that's something to help you distinguish if you're on this small little island. Alrighty, moving on down to the country of Denmark. And for me, Denmark is one of the easier countries to be able to distinguish. It has a lot of clues to look out for. One of them being I think all, if not 99% of the roads end in VEJ. So that's something to look out for. Another thing is they have these signs all over the country. The red signs with the long white arrow with the places that you're going to written on it, along with this O with the line through it. As I said earlier in Norway, or in the Norway segment, that you only see these in Denmark and Norway. Some other really good clues and very common clues to look out for in Denmark are, as you can see, the side of this road line is really thinly dashed. This is really common in Denmark, and it has some different variations, but they all look really similar, just thinly dashed white lines on the side of the road. And as we turn around, we see this very beautiful, distinguishable bollard. We love a good old-fashioned distinguishable bollard around here. And this is unique to Denmark. It is white, yellow reflector with the orange strip on the top and the number. Really easy to identify this beautiful Denmark bollard. Alright, moving on up to Greenland, which is a territory of Denmark. And as you can see, Greenland looks massive, but there are not many places that have official Google coverage. Each place with these lines, like here, here, down here, and over here, are the places you'll get coverage, but the most common that I've found are in the capital of Nuuk. And as you can see here, a very distinguishable car with the mirrors showing. And Greenland is a little strange because it has a bunch of different types of cars, but you should be able to realize, since it is like a weird looking car, sometimes you could get ATV coverage, which is like a quad, which is distinguishable. And so if you get some weird type of coverage with the car showing or something like that, and it looks mountainous, type of orange grass, you should be in Greenland. Alrighty, so in this one we are in Iceland, and Iceland has a ton of these types of mountains all over, but one of the best things to distinguish it between some of the other places that look similar are these bollards on the side of the road, which are all over Iceland. You should get them in basically every single Iceland round you get, unless you're in the middle of a town. And yeah, they're just yellow, nice and simple yellow bollards on the side of the road, really distinguishable and unique to Iceland. Okay, so for this one, we are in another Denmark territory, the Faroe Islands. And as you can see, it looks pretty similar to Iceland, but good ways to tell the two apart are, firstly, we have this Google car, mirrors showing, roof rack, really easy to tell. But if you are not a fan of this type of meta, a good thing to look out for are the different bollards. Just half the pole, the bottom half is yellow and the top is red. So those are the two best things to help distinguish Faroe Islands from Iceland. So for this round, we have Svalbard, which is a territory of Norway to the north of Norway. And Svalbard is pretty rare to get. I've only had it a handful of times in games like A Diverse World. And as you could see here, there's only 2 towns that have coverage in Svalbard, and by far the most common to get. I think I've only had this place. I don't think I could pronounce that. Longyearbyen is the main city you'll get, and the coverage looks something like this. In about half the coverage, you get this mirror showing, and in the other half, it's just all blurred out. And kind of similar to Greenland, but I'd say even more so, the grass is almost orange, and the houses are just built for the freezing damn cold, because up there you get some pretty damn cold weather year round. So yeah, if you see this tiny little mirror and orange-ish grass and mountains all around, then most likely you're in this small town. This is the other town that has it, but like I said, it's really rare and just like one road. So yeah, those are the only 2 places in Svalbard that you could get. The coverage up here is all coverage on a boat, which I don't think I've ever had. Alright everybody, that wraps up today's tip video on the Scandinavian and Nordic countries and their territories. I really hope that you found it useful and learned something new. Again, a big thank you to everybody who's been showing the support recently by subscribing, leaving likes, comments. It all helps more than you would know. So please don't forget to leave a like on this video, comment what videos you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers. I know we could get there soon if we keep moving at how we're moving. So again, thank you to everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.